Today we shall study about the difference between the Memorandum of Association and the Articles of Association. It's a very important topic, so please listen very carefully. Now this is the depicted picture of both the documents. See, Articles of Association are concerned with the internal functioning of the company, whatever is inside the employees. How will you manage the senior junior relationship? How will you go with the production? Whatever happens within this boundary of the company inside, that is called the Articles of Association. And the Memorandum of Association is such a document which will guide you like how to deal with the outside world. Here we are just concerned with the inside world. That particular document which will tell you the guidelines as regards to how to deal with the people inside the company amongst themselves. How will the people of the company will deal, and what will be the behavior, how to manage with their conflicts, everything related to the people who are working inside the company. As compared to that, this Memorandum of Association is such a document which deals with everything as regards to how the company will manage with the people outside the company. This is the image of the company which people outside. They are not the people who are outside. They are not your employees. They can be your suppliers. They can be your buyers. They can be your lenders. Anybody outside. How will this company deal with the people who are outside the company, the outside world? So this was just a graphic demonstration and representation to you to understand the difference. Let's begin with the points. Now the first point is related to the nature of both the documents. MOA is a very important document of the company. It is called the charter of the company. It is called the constitution of the company, the principal document. You know, we have an Indian constitution. Every country has a constitution, and I refer to India. No government, no law can go beyond the scope of the Constitution of India. Whatever is mentioned in our Constitution is the line. You cannot violate any rule. Similarly, this case, the Constitution applies to the company also. Memorandum of Association is called the Constitution of the company. It is a very important document of the company. So whatever is written in the Memorandum of Association is the line. You have to abide by it. The senior board members may change, the management may change, but your constitution will remain the same. Whosoever is the presiding authority of the company has to abide by whatever is written in the Memorandum of Association. No one can challenge it. No one can go beyond the scope of the constitution, that is the memorandum. The existence of the company is due to Memorandum of Association. So if there is the MOA, there is the company. If there is no MOA, there is no company. So bare existence is just due to your MOA. It is that important. MOA is a document that makes the company familiar to the outsiders. I told you in the previous slide, how will the people see the company? You know, that will be through Memorandum of Association. So outside world, how to deal with the outside world is by the MOA. Right? Now comes AOA. Articles of Association. It refers to the bylaws of the company. Okay, now what are bylaws? Bylaws are the rules which are applied locally. Locally here means to that particular company. How will that company work? What rules it has to follow? That is the Articles of Association. And in addition, the line is that it is for the smooth and internal management of the company. Internally, how is the company going to be managed? You understand the difference? It is like, you know, supposingly you study in a college, right? Now there are rules which are directed by the management of the college. which are applicable to the principal and to the teachers. How will they behave amongst themselves? It is also the rules for the teaching staff and for the non-teaching staff. So whatever is going on inside the college, that rules. Similarly, as it applies to the company, for the internal management of the company, this articles of association will be having the full detail regarding it. So the bylaws, the laws which are applied locally, internally for that company. So as for the nature, basis of difference, it is a very important article. It is the constitution. The Memorandum of Association is the constitutional document of the company, the principal document, charter. And here, Articles of Association is also very important, no doubt about it, but it is just referring to the internal management. Okay. Second point comes the scope. MOA defines the scope, objectives and powers of the company. What is the company going to do? What is it heading towards in the next, say, 5 years, in the coming 10 years? What are the powers of the company? The objectives, the goals, the aims, the mission. Right? Now, the scope means the limit, boundary, till where the company can go. So there is a clear-cut definition of the objectives, powers, and all the goals which the company has to follow. It's clearly mentioned in the Memorandum of Association. If company is formed today, how long will it go? After a period of, say, 10 years to 15 years, how is the management foreseeing the company? So all that will be mentioned in a detail. So all the objectives and powers will be clearly mentioned. Coming over to Articles of Association, it just contains the rules and regulations for carrying out the day-to-day operations. Smooth functioning of the daily activities. See, if we don't pay attention to the small activities, the daily operations, we cannot achieve success. At every stage, at every step, we need to focus. So the daily operations have to be run very smoothly and efficiently. For that, you need guidelines which are written in the Articles of Association. Rules are clearly prescribed in case of internal conflicts. Where there will be people working, they may enter into arguments and some quarrels or some conflicts. Now, how will the company manage them? What will the company do if two senior employees are getting into an argument or a conflict? So this is clearly mentioned in the Articles of Association so that there is no lack of work. How will you act if this thing will happen? Place. If it is already mentioned, it is so easy. So this is the objects and the powers, and here is the rules and regulations for the internal functioning of the company. Next point is the status. This is the fundamental document of the company. It's very, very, very important. It supersedes the articles, right? It is the topmost, the apex document. It is a crystal clear priority over AOA. So if you compare both these documents, Memorandum of Association tops the list in case of the significance and the importance. Now, Articles of Association is important, but it is the supplementary document of the company. Have you done supplementary angles? How the two angles combine and become 180, right? So similarly, here Articles of Association is the supplementary document, but MOA is a little bit superior. You cannot compare that both are equal. No, MOA has more significance. Listen carefully. Articles cannot replace Memorandum of Association. Articles of Association cannot contradict Memorandum of Association. It cannot replace it. Memorandum of Association have a very important place. Articles cannot replace it. Articles cannot contradict it. Articles of Association will have to be devised according to what is mentioned in the Memorandum of Association. So this is the apex document. This is the fundamental, main, the principal document, and Articles of Association will be framed keeping in mind the boundaries, the objects and the powers which are written in Memorandum of Association. Okay, so very clearly the status of MOA is way higher than that of Articles of Association if we compare both of them together. Next is the legal effect. Any act done beyond the scope of MOA is void. It is null and void. It does not stand anywhere. It is of no use. Whatever is done beyond, against Memorandum of Association is null and void. And such an act, it cannot be ratified. You cannot correct that act, or you cannot cover up that act. No means a big no. So whatever is done which is not in MOA stands nowhere. And if it come toward the right side, any act done beyond Articles of Association, it can be ratified by the shareholders. It is not that people or the employees have to do something beyond articles. No, it's not like that. But if something happens beyond articles, there is a provision that the shareholders can easily ratify that particular act. But here in Memorandum of Association, no ratification, no correction is possible. Outside MOA is a big cross. Clear? Next. Next comes fifth point is the compulsion. The preparation, the filing of MOA with the registrar of the companies, it is compulsory. There is no option that you can skip it. It is not that if you want, you do it, and if you don't want, don't do it. No, no, no. If a company has to come into existence, the preparation of Memorandum of Association and you have to file it, it is very mandatory. No MOA, no company. Clear? And coming over to articles, the preparation is not compulsory. If a particular company wants to make its own articles of association, it's more than welcome. You can frame your own articles. Very good. But in case you are lazy or you don't want to make it, you can easily adopt the table F of the Companies Act. By default, this table shall be applicable to the company. If the company is not framing its own articles, it is understood, it is deemed to be understood that the table F, which is already prescribed in the Companies Act, will be the articles of association of that particular company. But if you want to make it your own, you are allowed to make it as per your own terms and conditions. So, if we compare both these two, it is a compulsory act that you have to prepare a Memorandum of Association and file it. But in this case, it is not compulsory. You can very well abide by the table F of the Companies Act. Sixth point is the relationship. Now, Memorandum of Association, it defines the relationship with the company with the outside world. Outside the company, how is the company going to behave with the people who are not its employees? Its relationship with its lenders, with its suppliers, with its buyers, with its customers, XYZ, everybody. Memorandum of Association is called the doctrine of outdoor management. Okay. Please learn it for the MCQs as well. Outdoor management. And when we discuss articles of association, it is just the internal relationship with the company and its members. So the boundary set is the company, whatever it is in the company, the internal relationship, everything will be mentioned in the articles of association. That is why we call it by another name, which is the doctrine of indoor management. This is outdoor management and this is indoor management. Seventh point is the alteration. Alteration in MOA is a difficult and lengthy process. It's not that easy to alter it. Changes in MOA is a difficult and lengthy one. The approval of the government is necessary for the alteration. Okay, it's very difficult. You have to prior take the approval of the government if you want to make any changes in the Memorandum of Association. Now for articles, it's a very easy and simple process if you want to make any changes in the articles of association, and the approval of the government is not required at all. Okay, so these were the 7 points in which I tried to explain you the difference between the Memorandum of Association and the articles of association. In case you have any doubt relating to this topic, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay blessed.